Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Headphones Only podcast, the podcast where, damn, if I don't have a guest, I don't put anything out because putting things out solo for me, well, that's really bad. I am with Ryan Lewis. No, not the guy who did the stuff with Macklemore. He's great, but honestly, this
Nah,
Ryan is
fuck that
much
guy.
better.
It
How you
ruined my
doing, man?
life. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. That Ryan Lewis stuff, back in middle school, it was rough because that thrift shop song,
Oh
it
yeah.
was it was big. That's all I was getting. So I had to throw the J in the middle there.
We met at oh geez, what's it called? The Middle East Club. The
Yeah.
Yep, in
And was
Cambridge,
that in
Mass.
Cambridge? Okay, yeah.
Yes. Oh geez, I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, mid-June.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
All right.
I know we left like May or June 1st, something really early June we left.
I am a big fan of going up, inserting myself, going up to the people who are at the merch table who might be a part of the show. You never know. And I happen to just be talking to you, and you told me some pretty interesting things because I picked up a business card and I was like, okay, all right, what do we got here? Tell some people about what you do because it's kind of impressive considering your age.
Um, I have a hard time with like compliments or anything. That's something I've had to talk, about like with my girlfriend and shit like I just can't accept compliments or anything like that. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I just graduated. I keep saying just. That's the bit we did on stage with Billy. It was always like Ryan just graduated from college, and now it's like a couple of months out. The new school year's already started, so it feels weird. But like
Yeah.
I graduated with a degree in audio engineering, and I've been engineering. I started in college, just working with friends mostly. Producing and engineering their music, and I've been doing my own stuff for a while, but it's never been put out online. So maybe one day. But yeah, I've just been engineering and producing for a while. And then that kind of led into music videos with some other people. I've been a fan of Billy's for a while. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I'm an engineer. And he's like, I need one. So then we linked up and I've been working with him for over a year now. So I guess I do some engineering. I do a couple of music videos. I do some DJing. It's newer. And then I have a band of my own that I play guitar in.
Yeah, we're going to talk
Um,
about that
we
soon.
can do that. Let me get the
Yeah,
business card actually. I think I have one.
not going to lie. It is a absolutely fantastic business card, people. I didn't mean for my voice to get so low there, but we're talking it up like it is American Psycho, like this business card. Ooh, and he slides it across the table and it's just crisp.
Shit, I don't never mind. I don't think I have any more. My bad. All right, we
So
could
I
Do you
just
still
said
have
it.
the one I gave you?
I don't have my wallet.
Okay.
It's
All right,
in
forget about it.
You are a liar! No, I'm not.
people. I know I just said those smooth words to you about how we're going to talk about it like it's American Psycho.
New card. What do you think?
Oh, very nice.
We're slide it across the table and all that, and it's crisp. It's fantastic, really. It's very, very good. Kind of glossy. I
The
mean, I
business
remember
card?
it very well.
I just found like one of those free business card makers online, threw my name at the top, engineer, producer underneath it, a couple of my credits, then a QR code to the Spotify playlist with all the songs that I've worked on.
Yeah,
And then in the editor, I was like, I need a good background. I was thinking that Patrick Bateman, like it can't just be like eggshell white, with the
yeah.
black font. It needs to pop a little bit. And I found this like shitty flames PNG that I threw on there. So it's like it pops out at you. It's real bright, fiery red. And I printed up like 100 of them or 200 of them at Staples and then took them on tour with me and I was handing them out to everybody with an arm.
You got me. I went to NESCOM for just a little bit for audio engineering, but I've never met any producers who just hand me a business card. I loved it. It was
Yeah,
perfect.
I love shit like that. I love in high school I used to carry around a briefcase for a short while just 'cause like and like wear a suit to school. It was pretty dumb, but like for a while that's what I was on. Carrying all my books and notebooks in a briefcase, just like pretending to be an adult. Hey, I do little silly music things. Here's a card that only professionals should have.
Yeah,
That tickles me.
tickles you. Before we get into your music, you know it was coming. Shine some light about your work with Billy? What's the process like?
It goes back. Me and Billy, we go back because he doesn't, he wasn't aware that I was watching, but like when he was on Vine way back, I think coming up on like 10 years now, I was a little, 10, 11, 12-year-old boy watching Billy's Vines. And if you haven't seen any, they're really hard to find on YouTube, but there's a couple of hitters that you can find of Billy's old Vines. He was big.
Ooh, man, it's freezing. You got a little snow on your face, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's just say that.
And he was a Chicago boy, and I like that because I'm from the suburbs, so I was like, this is my guy. And then Vine fell off, and then
Unfortunately.
meme rap kind of came up, that whole scene, and Billy was right smack dab in the middle of it. So of course, I found a couple of his songs on the internet, and I was like, oh, that's the guy from Vine. This is really cool. He's making fun music. He's making cool music, and so I was listening to that, and then Young Gravy came to Milwaukee. And me and my buddy from high school, we were like, let's go see Young Gravy. We're 15, 16. We like this kind of music. And we go, and I had no idea Billy was opening. So Billy just walks out, and I'm like, oh shit, that's the guy from Vine. And I feel like, yeah, me and my buddy, we were talking like, oh, that's the Vine guy. He made, some popular songs. This is really cool. And he puts on a great show. And then years later, I was just sitting in my dorm room, like, I need to get to work. I need to start working with people. So I'd worked with enough friends to feel like, okay, I can work with other people now. I feel confident enough in my abilities to go to a professional. And I DM'd him. He was like, come to a show. We'll talk there. So I went to a show that he had last year out in like way, way in the west suburbs. I just went up to him at the merch booth after the show, was like, hey, I'm the guy from Instagram. Let's get to work. And he was like, let's do it. We'll get together. It took a couple of weeks to, send me something, but eventually he sent me Phineas and Ferb and Skylar White, which were 2 tracks off of his last album. And I mixed them. They sounded good to him, and we've been working ever since. And then that led into us doing music videos together, me producing a couple of songs. If anybody listened to that, Sample Tapes, the little 3-song EP, DJ Tough Luck made one of the songs, which I know you had on. That was a great episode.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what made me want to reach out, was watching him doing it. I was like, this looks fun. This looks like a good time. And of course, the article we did, that was really fun.
We tried.
But
We meaning
yeah.
me. I tried.
the whole team's in on it. But
yeah,
produced a couple of songs on that EP. The newest song, Chicago's Finest, I made that one. Just kind of kept branching out. The more I put myself out there to him, like, hey, I can also do this. I can also do this. The more he kind of like, grabbed onto that. Now I got a lot of things on my resume. When it started off as just me like mixing.
Is there? I'm gonna say it like it's just a whole bad thing. Is there anybody else? Do you have any mistress artists hanging around like you're
Anybody else that I'm working with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously my band. Me
Yep.
and the lead singer, we do all the engineering, and mixing and stuff like that. I think who else on Spotify? If you look at my Spotify, there's a couple of little one-offs that I did with people.
Yeah.
Like the Apollo band. That was just the drummer of the Seagulls, my current band. That's him and his old roommate. That was their little project that I helped with for one song. And then there's some Julian Saunders. He's my roommate. He's a great folk musician here in the Chicago scene.
Haven't seen your face for a month and 2 days, and I wanna hear you say I'm proud of you.
Oh,
I
that's
definitely gotta
awesome.
check him out. He's great. He's really one of the best live shows that is being put on today by an independent artist. There's some things under, not yet out on Spotify, but there's definitely some people I'm working with. There's I don't know if I want to reveal.
You don't
I
have
don't know
to.
if they're ready, but
You
there
do
are other
not have
people.
to.
Things are on the horizon. Big things are coming.
That's a lot of mystery.
Yeah, a lot of intrigue. You got to check, keep up to date with the socials. I'll definitely post it when things come out. But
And everybody, pretty much everything he just said, that'll be linked in the big description down below if you are on YouTube. So let's see here, man. Oof. You told me you just did a music video with Billy.
yes,
I do not know if it is out yet because I've been quite busy.
sure.
But if it isn't out, can you talk about any BTS footage?
I can. It is out. We put it out last Friday, the 18th. with the same day the song released, and so it's a little. You definitely got to go watch it. It's pretty fun. You got to see the Blues Brothers. Get it? Otherwise, it's just two guys in a suit. But Billy and I, after we're not just recording. We hang out a little bit. We'll just
Right.
sit and watch a movie. And one night we watched like Animal House because
Yep.
I'm a big John. I think we're both big John Belushi guys. So I showed him Animal House, and then after that, I was like, "Have you seen the Blues Brothers?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "That's my favorite movie. You have to watch
Oh,
it.
wow.
We live in the city. We need to watch it right now." So then
Yeah.
we watched the whole movie. He obviously liked it enough. He was like, we should make that into a music video, which I don't know if he remembers, but when we were going on the tour, I had pitched to him like, hey, it'd be cool if we did a tour, like, promo photo of us
Yep.
as the Blues Brothers, because like, if we just put on suits and sunglasses, the height works out. It would look good
Yeah.
on thing, but he hadn't seen the movie, so like, it didn't happen.
Oh.
But now he had seen the movie, he liked it enough. He was like, let's make a music video of that. And I'm like, nothing would make me happier. So we made like a quick little shot list, plotted out some locations on Google Maps that we could get to pretty easily. Because most of the movies in the city, it's really easy to
Yeah.
find these spots. And then it was like, okay, we need suits, we need white shirts, we need black ties, we need the fedoras, we need sunglasses, and then Brenna, his girlfriend, who he just proposed to,
Oh,
his
congratulations.
fiance, yeah, it was very exciting. He did it at the Hoodie Allen show.
Oh,
I had to
perfect.
hide the ring in my little DJ bag all day, and then I just handed it to him when we were on stage, and he had to walk out. It was a really
Oh.
cool moment. We are like, she's here for a little bit. She lives out of the country, so she's from Canada. Nothing crazy. She's
Oh,
but
okay.
like she can come by for a couple of weeks, stay for a little bit. But she was in town, so we were like, there's a love interest in the Blues Brothers movie. John Belushi's character is a
Yep.
woman that he left at the altar, so we can incorporate her in that kind of role. Richie, Billy's buddy, who does a lot behind the scenes, he was there, so we could have him film some stuff, and he has some cool lighting things that we could use. But we were like, okay, yeah, we have all the pieces, got all the props, and then it was about Wednesday. So Wednesday the 16th, and we were like, okay, this is going to be a tough music video. A lot of things we have to do, a lot of places we have to go to shoot this. How about we push the date back a little bit, because I had a full-time job
Right.
which we can get into a little bit later. I quit my job recently.
I hate this job. I hate this goddamn job, and I don't need it.
Well, I had a full-time 9 to 5. So it was like, hey, it'd be great if we could work on this Saturday. And he's like, song's coming out Friday. I think we should put the music video out Friday. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be tough, but we can do it. So morning of the 17th, 6 a.m. I sleep over the night before. We wake up at about 6 in the morning. We go shoot a couple of shots in the morning. I go to work 9 to 5.
Yep.
I come back. We finish shooting. We end up wrapping it around like 11:30. We come back. They edit it. I went home to sleep because I had to be at work the next day.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was just spur of the moment stuff. Like, we saw a cool location when we were out. Okay, let's park the car, go shoot there. Some of the stuff with Brenna in the video, like her poking her head out from behind the car. There's like a cool little scene where she does that. That was just like a lot of it, just like spur of the moment. We have a rough idea of what we're gonna do, and then we let a lot
That's
of improv.
perfect.
But it's probably, I think it's both of our favorite music videos. I have a soft spot for Fentanyl music just because that was kind of like the first like professional
Yeah.
level. It's still on the shitty VHS cam, which we both love the look of. But like we like went to a film set place you can rent for a little while. We got a bunch of costumes, bunch of props, so that was cool. But this one has a look to it that I really love. I think this is our favorite video so far.
Good. So you kind of touched on the job, and then you pulled the bait and switch. What about the job, man?
I don't want to say too much. Again, I'm sorry, I'm so shrouded in mystery. I don't want to say it wasn't like, okay, so this was a great summer. Went on tour with Billy,
Yeah.
did a lot of stuff with the band, great stuff. I graduated college. I'm like, okay, it's the fall. I need to get a big boy job now. So I find a place that I can use my degree at, and they hire me. And I'm like, okay, this will be it'll be a 9 to 5. It'll be great. I'll make, good money, have a life, and also be able to have enough time to pursue, my passions, the things I'm working on. That's very important to me. So it was just like such a funny, like, switch, really, really quick switch. Like one day I'm guy who I have a band, I'm engineer, I'm working on stuff, I have fun with my buddies, and then the next day it's like you have to wear a suit, you have to take out your nose ring, you have to,
Oh,
look really,
geez.
really presentable, which it's the job. I understood that.
Yeah.
It was no problem.
Right.
I took the nose ring out, I dressed the part, I looked, very presentable, very good. And then it was just like, okay, I know you said your availability, we had band practice on Monday. I told them like, hey, Monday nights I can't
Yeah.
work. And then that wasn't were good for them.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow.
Oh, no.
I had a conversation with the manager. He was pretty much just like, yeah, you don't really get free time with this job. You need to be essentially on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And
Jeez.
there were so many things that were right about that job, but like,
That's not one of them.
that's not one of them. And
No,
that's kind of like a
sir.
big one. I had, we had a show on Friday, the band did. I had to leave early, and then we have a show a few weeks out in November. I was like, hey, I'm gonna need this day off, and he was just like flat out like, I can't give you a day off like that. I can't. And I was like, no, we have a show. Like the band has a show. I need to not work that day. And he's like, I can't guarantee you that. And I was like, this is not gonna work. And so had to leave.
Perfect. That was perfect. Nice and you didn't unveil the employ. I love it. I love it. That's good. Really,
But
that's
it was like it was soul crush. I'll get into it a little bit. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
It was
man, you were
It was
good.
like a soul crushing environment. It was like you have to wear a suit every day. It's very, very corporate, very, very prestige, and it was just like totally something I've never experienced before. I mean, like maybe if, by the time I'm 35, if I'm like, if I'm ready to settle down and not like work on things like, that I'm doing currently, if I'm ready
Yeah.
to not have any free time, that's something I'd go do. But like I couldn't justify leaving everything I have going on behind for a
Right,
paycheck
exactly.
at this point in time. And it was like really scarily corporate, scarily easy to just kind of get lost in the fold there and like just end up working there for 30 years. And then
Oh, yeah.
all your every hour of the day is spent there. And it's like, I don't know if that's for me yet.
Geez, I hope oh man, I hope the money was I don't know. I hope the money was decent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'll transition into the next question because you are, you're on the path now. You're on the warpath with the music and the career and all of that stuff. You might say, if you're ready to settle down, who says settling down doesn't, who says it doesn't mean that you're still doing the music stuff?
Yeah. I guess by settle down, that was more of a polite way of saying that like nothing has gone right and like I'm ready to give up.
Okay. Okay.
That was, I didn't want to like if I'm ready to just like throw in the towel, be like, all right, I'm ready to not play guitar ever again and have a band and have any kind of free time. I'm ready to, I'm ready to work that job. But like, no, that is the plan. Like I need to,
Perfect.
I'm gonna work a 9 to 5. That is 9 to 5 and no later than that. And like, I want to be able to, have a job, but also a job that allows me to, work on things that I care about. And this job just it wasn't that, so now I got to find another one. But yeah, I'm definitely content with that.
Good, man. That's really good. You gotta look out for you. Gotta
Yeah.
look out for you a lot of the time. So since you're focusing on all that good stuff, are you planning on doing a tour with Billy again? Is there going to be another tour with you two?
I think January the show's already booked. We're doing like a mini tour in Texas. It'll be like a
Oh.
week. We're gonna hit the Texas Triangle and then I think also Corpus Christi with Chandler, who was on the tour. I think you said he
Yeah.
was at he was in Cambridge with us. So we're gonna hit that, and then I think a little right now. I think it's just like shows kind of scattered about. Like there's a couple of shows in Chicago that
Yep.
were in the works of they're in the works of being booked. But yeah, I think next summer or fall, I definitely expect there to be another tour.
Awesome. Texas Triangle's perfect. I'll have to tell my co-host of the other podcast because he lives
Yeah.
in pretty sure it's Austin that he lives.
Austin, yeah, we'll be in Austin. We'll be in
Yeah.
Austin.
So I'll have to have him look out for that because you guys are great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a
But
good show. That show in Cambridge was really
that
good.
it really was, man. It was a great show. Why Try was
Yeah.
amazing. Why
I feel
Try
like everybody was
amazing.
really, really on point that night.
And-
We hadn't met before. That Why Try. He was really, really good.
Billy's the energy The energy was
Yeah.
so high up and it was so, I don't know, it was happy. I don't know if that's the goal for Billy, but it was a
Yeah,
happy energy. It was awesome.
definitely. Definitely trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, why, imagine a show with those songs where you're a bummer,
Yeah.
you're like sad, trying to
Buy
he's
my
definitely got
merch,
some buy
please.
my merch when you're horribly depressed. I don't think it works.
There you are.
It's an awful nice tale, Kanga. Much nicer than the rest of me.
Yeah, that's what we talk about that when we're like, rehearsing or like, preparing. It's like energy. Energy is a big
Yeah.
thing.
There's a there's quite a different energy when it comes to your music, with your band.
The band, definitely.
Yeah, talk about the Seagulls.
Dance on the vault of hands as the moon sets light.
Yeah. Yeah, I joined the band. It was the lead singer, our bass player, and our keyboard and rhythm guitarist. They all grew up together, and they started a little group. The lead singer, he had a bunch of songs that he had written, so he was kind of putting the pieces together, getting some people to play with him. And then they sat on those songs for about a year, look just like trying people out, drummers and other guitarists. Nothing seemed to stick. And then me and the lead singer, we had classes together. We both
Nice.
go to the same school. He's still got 1 year left, but the same degree, same school. He approached me about joining or like, coming and sitting in, playing with them. And at the time I had something else that I was in. Our drummer and we were friends before, so we had something that we were working on, and eventually that kind of fizzled out. So me and the drummer, we were now looking for a home, and I remembered that our lead singer Sean had asked me, so we met back up, and I told him, hey, I'm ready to go. I got this drummer here. I know that's what you're looking for. We can work on it. We can work on some music, and we're all very excited. Eventually, we got the process going. Rehearsed for a while before we played any shows or recorded anything, just to make sure we had all the songs, because he had a lot of songs like ready to go. So we rehearsed for a while. There's a lot of like changing of parts, or like if little like, the songs evolved
Right, exactly.
kind of a lot, and there's a lot that got cut. There's a lot of stuff that you'll never hear that we played at one point in time, but eventually we got this solid set of songs we just put out on an EP, and we played a bunch of shows. Yeah, I think like the 1 year anniversary was the other day. I think it was the 18th of us playing live.
Yeah.
We played our first show
Congratulations.
last year in October. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a great year. But we just like, play show 1 to 2 a month, and all the whole time we've been like recording and trying different things. That was a whole process to get this EP recorded, because we had to like experiment and find out what works and what doesn't work when we're recording the group.
I believe
But
you
eventually,
told me something like, what, 25 takes before you two settled on one?
For my guitar, I mean, yeah, if I'm playing guitar and recording, I record myself usually. I'm just sitting at the computer. Like, I'll take a bunch. It's gotten better, but like it's just like I hear one little thing that's off, I have to restart. So that's like a perfectionism thing. But like we recorded like I think we got drums in one take, just because we knew how to set up a drum kit recording a lot better. But like recording guitars at all, that was the tough part. Like, do we use mics with our amps? Do we use different amps? Do we use different mics? Do we, and we would record stuff at the college studio, and then we come back home and listen to it and be like, that sounds like garbage. We need to do something else. So we eventually settled on a way. It's like we have like a direct box that it's like a pedal on our guitar. It emulates an amp. It's a Universal Audio makes it. It emulates the Fender 65 Reverb amp, and if you plug that in just direct, it sounds really good. So but that took a while. It took like months to get there. But yeah, now we have everything recorded. We have everything out. The EP. We have more stuff on the way, of course. But yeah, the 18th we same day that we released the new Billy song, we released the EP.
Nice. I describe it as kind of a slightly gothic surf rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a pretty apt description. I think the influences that our lead singer had and that we all kind of have in our playing is like, we all like Black Sabbath, we all like the Beach Boys, we all like The Cure, stuff like that. It's its own thing, but you can definitely hear those influences in there. And
Yep.
the lead singer definitely has more. He has like a lot of influences, and it all meshes into this great sound.
There's some Misfits in there.
Yeah, I think you think so. I'm
Just,
not too familiar with the
just
Misfits, but
so just a little on the way, and I don't. It's been so long. It's been so long for anything audio related. Whatever. There's something about the vocals, and it's like maybe it's small, just a little effect, but turns it makes his voice very ambient. The Misfits had kind of ambient. The mix was very ambient when it came to the
Mhm.
vocals. Honestly, if you were going to describe their vocalist, I would actually say he was very ambient himself. He was a
Mm.
very flamboyant fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going for haunting, I guess. That was
Yeah,
and I can tell you
exactly.
I can tell you exactly the vocal chain we used. It was like for I think one song, I'm forgetting which, but like it was like we were, recorded twice and then just panned them left and right
Yep.
and just reverb, delay, normal stuff like that. And then I think for the rest of them, it was like a center vocal with then two panned on left and right with, just reverb and delay. But like if you mess around with that stuff, you can get really cool like phasing effects where they
Yep.
like kind of cancel or like, amplify or like you get the reverb if you get that sitting right, and it sounds really good. So we were definitely happy with how that turned out. It was funny right when we were like, so we have all the songs recorded, we have like a rough mix on everything. When it was time for me to go in and like master stuff or like get it, where it was gonna be when we uploaded it to Spotify, I did a mix. I mixed all four, and then I brought them into band practice and I played them. Everybody in the band was like, Ryan, you put way too much reverb on everything. It sounds like you lost everything. I was like, no, come on, guys, come on. It's real. I love reverb, and I've gotten that note before. I like definitely something about my ear. I love reverb to a point where like it's a little too much. So then I had to dial it back and like get it to a good spot. But it was like, when you're wrong, it still hurts, but like, at
Yep.
least you can admit it. It was it didn't even sound off to me. And like but then yeah, it was like definitely too much reverb. I'm glad we fixed it and got it sounding cleaner, but like I can never have enough. I can never have enough reverb.
That metal musicians cannot have enough compression.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big fans of compression. Yeah.
Compression's great. It's something
Compression is great. Compression is great. It's a
you gotta
drum.
learn how to use it.
The
We have
drums love compression.
yes.
Yep.
Yes. I just got a new compressor on my pedal board. It models the 1176, which is like a studio compressor, and Universal Audio made it into like a little pedal. And I got that on my board right now. And I don't know if I'm fully convinced that I like it or not, but it definitely sounds
Yeah.
better than not having a compressor on. Which is something like when I started playing guitar, it's like, okay, I get my distortion, I get my, maybe chorus, and then I get some reverb. But
Yeah.
like, no, there's like, and Sean, the lead singer, he's the one that kind of showed me. His pedal board is insane. There's like so much going. He's got like buffers and gates and like, compressors, stuff like that. It's like it goes deep. You can drop like a Honda Civic's worth of money on a pedal board.
Damn. I have an amp.
Yeah.
I have an amp and a bass, a nice bass. Yeah.
That for bass, that's kind of all you need.
Yeah.
Bass can sound like, what kind of bass do you have?
A 5-string, I believe it's a Sound Gear by Ibanez. It's 5-string.
Okay.
It's got the active pickups, and it was their newer model when they had just released maybe it's their current. I don't know. I've had it for a little bit. I've had it for a year or two. But the person who sold it to me said it's their new active pickups and they're really
Mhm.
good and all that stuff. And he didn't need to sell me on the bass. I went in and I wanted a 5-string, and they had one 5-string in the entire music shop because
Yeah.
I live in Maine. And I bought it. It wasn't that expensive. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely don't play it as much as I should, but I am a drummer originally.
You're a drummer?
20 years.
Damn.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am 30, sir. I,
Doing
I
good.
just turned 30. Yeah. It's 20 years. Yeah, it's fun. Love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you play
Drums
with groups or anything?
a little in high school, a couple times, but mostly just on my own. If I had if I had the extra stuff, because I have the laptop and the electric kit, if I had the little bit of extra stuff I needed, I would try to get some work doing a track or two for somebody.
Yeah.
But besides that, nah, I just play for fun, play by myself.
That's
Try
good.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, try to just learn new stuff, whenever I can.
Hmm.
Sleep Token being one of them.
No, what was it? What was it?
Sleep Token.
Sleep Token? What's that?
Oh, okay. You not having any knowledge of them
Sleep Token.
is great because you don't need to know how absolutely nuts the fans are. They're
Okay.
they're fucking ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. They're weird. It's weird.
Is it garden level where they're like pissing and shitting on each other in the crowd?
No, it's that these dudes wear masks,
Okay.
and I guess one of them has tattoos that are give away who he is, so he like wears long sleeves all the time and like
Mhm.
uh and like one of them the drummer did a Drumeo video and
Oh.
he used a voice changer.
Okay.
Yeah. And
They
people
really want to be secret.
and people like have doxed them and gotten really weird, and then they like sexualize the lead singer, and that's weird, and there's
Yeah.
like fan fiction and all this crazy stuff. And I'm just like, this dude is a great drum. They're all great musicians, but the drummer is amazing.
Drummer's one of the most. It's probably like if your singer can't sing and your drummer can't drum, you're shit out of luck.
Well, they can do
I think
both.
there was like that Henry Rollins clip where he was like talking about U2 or something, just talking mad shit. It's like that's if you need solid drummer, which I'm lucky the Seagulls, we have one of the best in Chicago.
Yeah.
And great singer, you know.
I don't have many nice things to say about U2.
Yeah.
At all. I just think the Edge kind of just stands there. It kind of
Yeah.
does some strum a little bit and some pedal board. Sorry, a lot of pedal board.
Yeah.
It kind of leaves it at that.
Yeah. You can get away with a lot if you have enough pedals.
And
But-
honestly, when you had an iPod or an iPod Touch or
Yeah.
whatever back in the day,
I remember.
Yeah, they hurt you by installing that album. I didn't want it.
Mhm.
I didn't want it.
It was just like a weird invasion of privacy.
It really was. Apple doesn't. I'm sorry, Bono doesn't need in my business.
No. I'm good. I'm all set on the Bono.
He'd
But-
frankly be upset if he knew me.
Yeah, my mom, she told me she went to see U2 in like the 80s or 90s, and she went deaf for like 3 days after going to that show. And
That
she said
loud.
like she's had like permanent hearing loss since that show, like a little bit.
Wow,
That's all I know about U2.
damn. I thought My Chemical Romance at TD Garden was loud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people go deaf.
I was just thinking, I left thinking, wow, that was a loud show. The vocalist his vocals are really unique, and I
Gerard
don't
Way?
know. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're great. Yeah, I listened to them in middle school.
They had a really, I don't know if it was their sound guy. I don't think for some reason, I don't think it was. Maybe their sound guy was sick because they had a lot of trouble mixing him in that
Mhm.
room. Or sorry, in that arena,
Yeah.
I should say. Yeah. Do you, well, with the job and the music and the band, do you have any time to go to shows? I mean, I know you said Hoodie Allen, but
Yeah, we were playing at that show.
we'll scratch
Going
that
like
then.
going to see shows.
Yeah, just, just enjoying some music.
Sure. It's been a little bit, but I'm trying to think what's the last show that I think I saw Connor O'Malley. He's a comedian. I saw him with Billy at the Vic. That's not like a music show, but like
That counts.
we both really like
Live
yeah.
entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really good. I was trying to think about this the other day, like trying to make a list of all the shows that I've seen. Definitely a lot more last year. I went to like Lalo last year.
Same.
I saw Zach Fox. I won tickets to see Zach Fox for
That's
this thing at my
cool.
school. That was yeah. It was like a little like trivia contest. Billy and I we went to Riot Fest for like an hour.
Oh,
We went together for his Old School Hats. Do you know Old School Hats? He makes all the if you see a funny hat
oh,
nowadays, he's
oh.
the guy that makes them. He
I'd
was
I'd asked Chandler. I might have messaged him or commented or something, and I said, "Hey, the hat, like I was wearing it, but it's the Summer Sanders hat and it's white, and I can't really
yeah, he
wear
did
it
all of
with
Chandler's
this."
hats.
And I was like, "Do you just have a good hat guy, or what? Because I'm bald too."
He's got the best.
And he said, "Oh yeah, here you go." He sent me the link. He's like, "They're amazing."
Yeah, Dakota from Old School Hats. He came by. He came to Chicago for like a weekend with Riot Fest tickets, and they got an extra one and for one of the days. So me and Billy,
Yep.
we went in. They went out for the day, and then they came back, and then I got off of work, and then I went with them. We saw like Fall Out Boy for like 30 minutes, and then it was the same night I saw Conor O'Malley. We had to leave early
Yeah.
because Conor O'Malley, and it
Okay,
was like a
that's why
whole
you only
hassle.
stayed for an hour. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. That
How
was
was it?
fun.
It
Fall
was
Out Boy, they sound like the record. That was really cool. Like I
nice.
was never like a Fall Out Boy guy, but like they sounded exactly like they did on the radio, which is like, a testament to, their sound, how good they are.
Yes, it is. I've heard the atmosphere for Riot Fest and for things like, geez, I don't know, the all those festivals that people like Slipknot play,
Yeah.
basically, with Riot Fest, include being one of them. I've heard because they haven't been shut down yet, like Blue Ridge, that the atmosphere, but especially for Riot Fest, is really good. Is that true?
Yeah, from the hour that I was there, like okay, so Lala, it's like all the suburban kids, they come out, they're dressed in colorful clothes, they're seeing the artists that they like. We're drinking all day, having a good
Yeah.
people are smoking weed and taking ecstasy. It's a good time, fun time. For the hour that I was at Riot Fest, it was like, okay, dress in all black. Same
Yep.
same kind of vibe, but like dress in black and get real grimy.
So no one's like, no one's dying like basically people were at these Fire Fest and Blue Ridge. Like no one's getting hurt and
You see
dying and
people pass out from like heat exhaustion. It's just like at any show, people pass out.
oh, that's a Warped Tour staple.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just go and see Pierce the Veil and you end up on a stretcher. But um yeah, people pass out like no I wasn't there long enough to know. But I
Right,
remember
right.
at Lala there was a fight like right in front of me at Alex G. There was between like a lady, she was in her like mid 40s and like this girl who's probably like 19. They got into a little bit of a scuffle. That's the
Ooh.
only time I've ever seen like a fight at a festival like that. I know they happen, but
The shows I frequent as much as I can, much like last year and then for me the year before, it's a lot more than this year as far as shows.
yeah.
People I've seen people get kicked in the face.
Yeah.
You got the hardcore dancers throwing the elbows and all that
Mhm.
stuff, and then the occasional crowd killer depending on what kind of heavy show you're going to.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
I
lot,
just
man. It's a
I just
lot.
remembered. I saw uh shoot, what's their name? We weren't invited. We weren't invited. They're a Chicago band. I
Oh,
had
okay.
class with one of the guys in the band, but like they're getting really big. They played a show at Thalia Hall with I think Scarlett D'Amour, which is another big Chicago band,
Yep.
and maybe one or two others. I forget the names, but we weren't invited's EP release show.
It's
And
private.
no, it was like a big like huge it was like the independent it was actually kind of cool. Like the whole independent scene, everybody was there.
Yeah.
Like and it was like we like I think they sold out Thalia Hall. So like that was like a really cool moment of like you can
Yeah.
the Chicago independent scene, we can fill a room like that. Um but Scarlett Moore, they can get you can get a little bit of moshing going, but it's more like yeah, I wouldn't say it's like super duper aggressive, but you can definitely get like going with it. But we weren't invited. They're like crazy. It was the most nuts pit I've ever been at because it was like 1,000 kids, and the circle pit opens up.
Oh
You're like
yeah.
running around, and then in the middle of the song, the lead singer he's like split the crowd, open it up, press everybody against the wall, and then
Wall
on
of
the
Death.
drop, wall of death, huge wall of
Yeah.
death, and like I'm a big guy. I'm like, I'm a big guy, but like I'm not good in like mosh pit. Like I get bumped around because I'm trying not to bump into people. That's like from being
Same.
at like Lala or any other crowd, it's like I just feel like I'm taking up too much space. So at concerts, I get really like, inverted. Like I get really like, sorry, sorry, sorry. So when a wall of death happens, I'm like I was in there and I definitely like tried to get in on it, but like I'm just not programmed to go that crazy. But it was definitely, a lot of bumping into people, a lot of like really cool stuff. And then the lead singer jumped off the balcony onto maybe like
Nice.
20 feet. That
That's
was really
cool.
cool. He landed on our rhythm guitarist for the Seagulls. He landed on him.
Ow.
There were other people there to catch him, but like, and then all throughout the show, like I remember seeing the promoter, big, kind of famous in the independent scene. This guy, you can really spot him out of the crowd. He ran off the stage and did a cannonball into the audience. Like he wasn't trying to get caught. He wasn't trying to like, stage dive and, you know, he was trying to like take people out.
Jeez.
We just turned to each other and we're like laughing because like, he took out like 3 or 4 rows of people in this little like 5 foot radius.
Yeah, there's always the little there's that danger zone border.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're beyond it, it should be okay. So, man, we're probably going to be wrapping it up here because, to be honest, the flow could be gone. I don't want to force it. And who knows what would happen if the flow would be gone. It's like messing up the Emperor's groove. It's his way of life. You look out for the groove.
No! You threw off my groove!
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
So is there anything you would like to say to the folks watching right now?
Thanks for having me. Check me out on Instagram if you need any engineering. Love thy neighbor.
For the people just listening on the podcast platforms, what is your Instagram handle?
RyanJ.Lewis.
Perfect.
Check it out.
That's
Say
right.
hi.
Go check it out because we said so. Like I said earlier, everybody, everything will be linked down below on YouTube, and check out Ryan J. Lewis.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me confirm that real quick. Right, yeah, RyanJ.Lewis.
And check him out on Instagram if you are on Spotify right now. But no, the episode's almost over. Finish the episode first. We need the full view. It'd be nice. So everybody, that has been the headphones only podcast. This has been Ryan J. Lewis. I have been Justin, your host. And like I'm doing it now on the Backfield Breakdown, we're not just saying drink some water and tip your waitresses. We are saying tip everybody in the service industry who happens to have that tip jar. It doesn't matter if you just ordered your food at a cafe. Think about it. And drink fluids. Who am I to tell you what to drink? I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, day, whatever time it is when you are listening or watching. Have a good night, everybody. Is there anything you would like to do on the way out, Ryan?
Seagulls. Billy
Seagulls.
Marchiafava. Check out me. Check out more episodes of this show. It's great. Take care.
That's right, everybody. Have a good night. See ya.